The Coors Light Steve Fairchild Coaches Show. You're on the Colorado State Sports Network. Brian Roth back with you. And let's go to the phone lines for the first time here tonight and go to David in Lakewood. But I've been told he's on I-25 somewhere north of Berthoud. Is that right, David?
Actually, I'm just driving out of Fort Collins as we speak.
Okay, well, you're not quite I-25. My bad.
Close.
What do you got, David?
Who do I have? Do I have Steve?
This is Coach Fairchild. Yep, we're not quite to John Mosier. Yep.
Okay, that's fine. Hi, Steve. I want to have a question for you. That if the changes that have been made, the small changes on the offensive line, really pay dividends, who do you envision is going to be the biggest beneficiary of those of that success?
Well, I think if the changes do get our offensive line to play a little bit better, I think not only them, our entire offense will benefit. The protection will improve, the running game will improve, and as we get the running game going, then all the things we feed off that, like the play action pass and the screen game, will benefit as well. So, these are not huge changes. Like I said, Weston Richburg's been playing center. Tyler McDermott will still play some center for us. Joe Caparilli will still bump out and play some tackle for us at times. So, this is just a way of kind of juggling around a little bit, and just, we felt like Weston earned the right to start. So that's what we're doing. I think as a group up front, we've got a bright future. I think as each game goes on, we're going to improve, and as our offensive line improves, our offense will improve as well.
I agree, and one of the intriguing players for me has been Lou Greenwood. And if there's a particular skill set that Lou Greenwood has, what would you say he brings to the team?
Well, speed, and we don't have a ton of speed on our team right now. We've got some guys that can run and some decent football players, but Lou's one of those guys that can take it the distance, and that's as many of those type of guys that you can have. Raymond Carter's like that, Tony Drake's like that. Guys that if you get them in space and one guy miss, they got a chance to score from anywhere, and we're hoping Lou's done that. He did that last year for us at times, and we're hoping to get more out of him this year.
Well, thanks, Steve and Brian. Appreciate it. Always great to see Steve, and have a good game this weekend. Go Rams.
We're planning on it. Thank you very much, David.
Thank you, David. Drive safely back down to Denver. You brought up the running game. The running back situation, is Raymond Carter still going to be the guy to get the bulk of the carries, or do you start making a few changes there?
No, we're not making changes. We're just we've been rolling 4 guys in there. John Mosier's here tonight. He's played well, and Leonard Mason came off that injury and's gotten a carry or 2 here. So we're going to continue just to play everybody and just kind of find our groove there. And I know the backs are very talented guys, and as we improve up front, I think that's going to show.
All right, let's talk about the Idaho Vandals. We mentioned they're 2-1 and the 1 loss to Nebraska. Offensively, they have one of the better quarterbacks you're going to see all year in Nathan Enderle. Yeah, very experienced guy. They started him as I believe, a redshirt freshman a few years back. He opened up at SC, but he's started a lot of football games for him. Played a lot of football. Played well against us last year. He's a big guy and accurate thrower, and they do a nice job with their offense of mixing things up and giving him some good looks. Well, you've seen a lot of NFL football. You've coached a lot of NFL quarterbacks. Does he have an opportunity to play at the next level?
Well, it appears he does. I'd hate to comment on anybody being an NFL quarterback unless you really sat down and did your preparation like we used to do as assistant coaches before the combine, and watch a guy, maybe over a year or 2 and watch every throw and so forth. So, I think he's obviously got a skill set that would put him in that conversation, and I'd leave that to the NFL guys to decide.
Yeah, Enderle thrown for 282 yards per game so far this year, but Steve, he has thrown 7 picks this year.
Well, I think, Nebraska got him rattled a little bit, and then Nebraska, now you're talking about one of the better defenses in the country. So, I mean, that was a difficult test, but he's a talented guy. They have a nice scheme. Steve Axman, their offensive coordinator, does a great job. He's a well-respected coach that's got a lot of experience, and they're a good offense. Our defense is going to have to come to play, and we're going to have to pressure him to have any chance.
How about defensively? We heard from Darryl Blair. I should say Darryl from Knoxville. I don't think Darryl wants to be giving out his last name too much on the program, but we heard from Darryl talking about their pass defense and it being very good. However, run defense, they're giving up nearly 190 yards a game on the ground.
Well, I think that's skewed a little bit because of, again, like us against Nevada, them against Nebraska, and the style of offense. They're actually, they look like a stout run defense to me, and they, like I said, they've had pressure on the quarterback, and that's allowed their defensive numbers in the pass game to be good as well.
Yeah, and then you mentioned their safety, Shiloh Ko is the name on that. I think he wears number 10 for the Ram fans that are going out to the game on Saturday, and he's a big-time player.
He is a big-time player, one of the better safeties we'll see, if not the best. And he's not only a tough physical player, he's very, very smart. He's the one that picked that last ball off against us last year and did a nice job of pattern reading and guessing on something that, was an intelligent play on his part. So, very good football player. Their defense is the reason this team's 2-1. They certainly have stepped up to the plate defensively.
All right, Steve, we'll give you a break, give you a chance to mingle a little bit. We'll bring in Anthony Hill, the former Ram quarterback and the current running backs coach for Colorado State. That comes up next. You're listening to the Steve Fairchild Coaches Show. We're live tonight in Fort Collins from Nelligan Sports and the Colorado State Sports Network.